Hello, people of the internet. In the last episode of this series, we worked on rewriting the for action that we had for running the fedora-review tool into a testing farm plan that could be run in testing farm via packet. And we got to a working state. I think we even filed this PR together. I did some final touch-ups and addressed some review feedback. So we are a bit further than we were in the end of the last video. I will show you the differences so we can move on. But for today, I want to say what we want to do today, and that is it's two things. So somehow we need to expose the relevant results from the plan or from the test that is being run. So I think by default no files from the fedora-review tool results are exposed to the external world. We need to expose these. So basically, user files a pull request, packet sees it, packet submits a job in testing farm builds, testing farm runs the fedora-review test or plan on it. And then once the plan finishes, testing farm sees the list of the files that needs to be exposed and expose them so that the user can basically see those. And we want to expose these files. It's by the way the same kind of files that are now available from the fedora-review service and any Copper build that has the fedora-review tool allowed and enabled. And the other thing is we need to render the result page somehow. I don't know why it is done this way. We will maybe find out. But basically every plan has, my understanding is that every plan has some code that renders an HTML page that is then displayed to the users. I don't know why it is not like generalized and we don't just provide some YAML or something like that, but it is what it is. So yeah, let me quickly show you what was the changes that I did off stream of recording. So basically we had this plan, everything was fine here, and we had this script which was running the fedora-review tool with this command with subprocess. So basically the only place that I changed and was fiddling with was this. So basically the only changes that you didn't see were here. I was trying to figure out the correct parameters from the subprocess run and like for the fedora-review here in the command list. So nothing like complicated. I just needed to polish them a little. So yeah, that's what we did. Now I'm hoping by the way, we got some link from Christian. So here is some HTML template that RPMLint uses. So we can basically copy paste this if we want to, and here is how they construct the list of results that should be exposed to the user. So I think this one is quite straightforward. we should have this variable somewhere, and in it we should have, I mean, this is a path, of course, or expands to a path. So inside of this directory, we should create a results YAML and put this kind of YAML in it. So basically, this is the important part for us. This one should be easy. But before we start doing so, I was hoping we can maybe see how this look like for an actual like jobs in testing farm or packet or whatever you want to call it. So let's take a look into packet dashboard. Let's click our way through into some RPM lint runs and see the results. So I'm curious about that. So packet dashboard. We have jobs in copper. Okay, I don't know if that's what we want to see. Maybe. Okay. Now, what if we click, for example, this one? No. That's not useful. I mean, we need probably something different. Testing farm runs. Yeah, we probably need this. Can we see something that is already finished? Is this, yeah, this is still running. Okay, so this seems finished. What if we go here? Ooh. Is this, oh, this seems to be Red Hat only URL. That's unfortunate. What about this one? This has different URL. Oh, this is available. Okay, this is available. So we should find something that is finished but points to not .redhat.com but dev like dev testing farm IO. What about this one? Nope. This is still TMT, Podman. This one should be fine. So if we go here, okay. Yeah. And what can we see here? This is nuts. I don't think this is what we wanted, right? Okay, let's try a different approach. Maybe let's take a look at Koji builds. Those should be produced from, yeah, those should be produced from dist-git, right? And that should run and that should run the RPM lint. So can we get to the artifacts like this? So plants RPM lint. We have data, we have work there. We have something. Okay. What's in data? No. We have log, work dir. And this maybe is the thing that we wanted. So I will close all the stuff that we don't need. And if we, oh, RPM inspect, they mentioned RPM inspect here. So RPM inspect also. So maybe let's take a look at an RPM inspect, which is still pending. Jeez. Okay, that's annoying. So can we find a different, oops, I closed something I didn't want to close. Can we find a different Koji build which is finished already? So let's go a bit to the past. I know this one. RPM inspect is failed. Oh, not failed for rawhide, for example. So let's go here. Oh, okay. So this is probably the special HTML page they render. And log links, is it the thing that we see in the linked code? RPM inspect, adding the results. So viewer, verbose, result, fresh clam. Fresh clam, result. I don't see some view something, but that could be automatically rendered, maybe like readme or something. So let's ignore that. They have, I mean, kind of, but oh, okay, some of them may be implicit and some of them may be added, so, like these. I'm not sure. And if we take a look into the HTML page, by the way, sorry that I have such a mess in my tabs. So can we, for example, search, I don't know, this in it? Let's answer. No. Can we search, I don't know, verify in it? No. Oh. Result verify. Okay, so we see some JavaScript there, or we span class verify. Yeah, this is it. So this is how they render the block there. Cool. Cool. Now, how do we proceed from this? So if I take a look at the job I did in the pull request here, there should be artifacts URL. Hopefully it is not removed yet. So this is the results for our Fedora review plan. So we also have the log links, so it should be easy to add the results here. And let's do that. Let's start with that. And I was kind of wise enough to provide this reproducer here, so we can try to debug that. Because I don't think we can see the results on, like, when running via this. I'm not sure. Let's jump here. I will do it in a different console than normally, so that we can use our main terminal to do different stuff. So let's try this command. I want to see no plans found. Oh, we are in the incorrect directory, of course. Git tmt plans, and we could now check out main and pull rebase, because our plan was already merged. And we can run the command again. Now we should get another run. I am curious if the results will be like, if this will appear somewhere. In our case, it would be more likely this. And in the meantime, while this is running, we are going to experiment with adding, oh, this is complete. I have so many tabs, I don't understand anything, sorry. Also, this is the first thing I'm doing today, so I'm still a little bit not present. So where are the, yeah. Adding it to the results. So I guess in our plan we need to do this. If we jump here and search for tmt plans, fedora-review plan. Now, the problem is, check this out, tmt plans, main fmf review. We have two things that are called main fmf. One is in tests and one is in plans. And I don't know in which this is supposed to go. Also, this is script, not a plan. So should this be what? The bad thing is this is RPM inspect, which I see for the first time, because when working previously we did everything based on RPM lint, remember? But maybe we can, yeah, that's the idea. Let's see if there are any results YAML in the test failed. Interesting. Git tmt plans. If there is any results YAML in our plans repository, which includes the RPM lint. RPM inspect. Yeah, that's, and if we don't do YAML but just email nothing. That's bad. Okay. Okay. Meaning, who runs this? So this is tests, RPM inspect main FMF. Let's take a look there. So main FMF RPM inspect test. Okay, so they basically don't have a YAML like we do. They have this one thing that calls RPM inspect, which means we need to produce our YAML here on our own. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I understand what is going on now. Now, let's see what was the failure here, because this is interesting. So, if we go to log.txt, what seems to be the problem? Missing this tag. Weird. That's weird. Okay. Okay, fine. We don't mind actually. It failed. Whatever. But we still need to see the results, right, for this, and we still need to have the website show, like the HTML output showing all the information. So if we take a look at this, maybe plans, fedora-review. So data, okay, I'm curious, like, where should be the reported results? Do we need to test this in testing farm directly, or can we use TMT? I don't know, to be honest. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe we will test this in TMT. Oh, whatever. So let's start with our change. Let's copy paste this. Let's copy paste this from Emacs, that will be safer. Results YAML. So I want to yeah, can we do it here? I don't know. Should we do it in our script? You know what? We will do it in our script. Review.py. We will do it here. So we print the result. That's fine. And now we can easily touch the YAML. So we will need something like this, right? We will create even our own function for this. So we will do def dump results YAML would be more explicit, and we will put it here. So I don't know what there is. Oh, result means okay. So we will simplify this or not. Well, let's do something like result will be info, but also could be info fail pass. Otherwise, the highest result. Okay, let's do this. Now, do we use this empty test? We don't use the environment variable anywhere. Okay. Anyway, we will have OS path join OS. What is the function name for env? Yeah, basically, yeah. This is the one. I think we can do get on it. Yeah, get. What is going to be the name? It's going to be this. And we are going to join this with results.yaml. Oops. Now, this is our path, and we are going to dump something in it. So with open the path as writing, or we want to also create the file if it doesn't exist yet, as file pointer. And we are going to write into that file pointer, so we could do fp write foo, right? But instead, we probably want something like import YAML, and instead we are going to YAML.dump what data into where. So data into where, into the file pointer. And what is going to be our data? Our data is going to be a dictionary representing this nonsense, I suppose. The problem, can we do it that way? Because I suppose we can, right? So let's do data. I'm not exactly sure on the first try, but let's try anyway. So I kind of think data needs to be a list, since we are seeing this dash here means we can have multiple items starting with a dash. So I think we have a list of items, and this is basically one item of the list, so that's why we have the dictionary here. And now we can write the attributes. So name will be for some reason slash result will be our result, right? Then we have a note. We will put to do here. We are going to put this into a comment here. let's wrap this. Oops. So like this. So node, and then the logs. And for some reason they have end of file. Yeah, end of file. Oh, end of file is from the cat, so that's fine. And now logs and the path to the logs, right? So, we put logs here, which is going to be a list because the dashes, and we will put items there, and that is going to be whatever I put here. And I think we will need to figure out the path. Where they are supposed to be put, where they are actually located, sorry. Right, so this is our first attempt, let's say. We dump the thing. Okay, so now we can remove, maybe let's put it into a comment here. So we need to, of course, call this. So dump results YAML, and we should probably put some debug echo sprints there. So going to creating path, right? I think is good enough. And we can also dump the data just to be sure. Data. Cool. Now I think we kind of have to run this in the testing farm, not with TMT locally. But maybe we will definitely start with running this locally. This will help us at least discover tracebags or something like that. But I think for the final test, we definitely need to test this in testing farm. What branch are we at? Status. We are at main intnt plans. We don't want that. Let's do git checkout, b fedora-review. Let's do just -2, doesn't really matter. And we want to basically push this so it's somewhere online, and so that testing farm can actually run this. So let's just commit whatever is here as work in progress, doesn't really matter. Let's push this into my fork. By the way, I hate this kind of workflow where we need to push to see changes. It's annoying as I'm sorry, I don't know to swear, but it's really annoying. We don't want to create the pull request yet to bother the maintainers. It's good enough for us to have just the branch public. We don't need pull request. So now we can basically take whatever we did here right? Put it here and change only the branch name, which is here, and we are pointing to my fork. See, the frostic's in it instead of packet, so this is my fork. If I do this, we are going to submit an actual job in testing farm from our latest change. So basically we are running this in testing farm and we did it locally here. Cool. We will wait until this is finished, but in the meantime, let's see if there is anything interesting in the local TMT results. So we go to the log. So yeah, the same error that we have seen before. But are there any, like, can we find the new output? It was creating, right? Not really. Not really. Not really. How is that? So, oh, right. Because here we do the check, which means we produce a traceback if there is an non-zero return code, and therefore we don't even do this. So that sucks. That sucks. Can we... That's that. Okay, whatever. Let's do... Let's, for the time being, drop the check and do check false, and therefore we can actually get to here, and let's move this a little bit up so that this is going to be ran, and let's do this again. Now, it should probably fail somewhere, but we should at least call the function and see its output. And what about this artifact? This is still running, I would say. Okay, this is empty, this is empty. Okay, this will probably take some time. It's running. I don't know how long, because I don't often do stuff in testing farm. Yeah, we don't see anything here. Yeah, okay. Okay, something is happening actually, that's cool. Yeah, something is definitely running. Now, we probably need to wait for the result of this. Also, how are we going to refactor the code? Because, like, we have several runtime errors here. And we definitely need to render the results, even if either of these happen, right? Or maybe we don't have to handle these or produce like some beautiful output for these. And maybe we can like create a function that is going to be def run fedora-review, or maybe just fedora-review, that's fine too. And maybe we can move, basically this in it. By the way, this failed, cool. So let's take a look. I don't want to waste any time it could run actually. So yeah, Emacs is slow when opening this, and therefore when I press G it types because evil is not loaded yet. Oh, that's a little bad, but whatever. Anyway, running, creating is the string we were looking for. Creating, yeah, cool. So we are creating this file, and here is our debug output, so that's good. I think that's fine, yeah. No, we don't want to save this. So if we find on this directory and grab result YAML, or results YAML, is this the file? Or is this the file? Yeah, this is the file. This is the file. The thing is, I would kind of expect, based on what they did here, see, they did I would kind of expect that in the same directory or in a like parent directory, there would be the results from the fedora-review. But we know where the result is actually. Wait, we are linking it. So args work there should have the result, and we should be able to find Emacs is slow. Result. Yeah, we don't have the result JSON because it failed, right? But in this directory, so this doesn't exist, we know that. In this directory, yeah, there are stuff actually. So that's what we kind of wanted, right? Results, no. There isn't even the fedora-review log. Weird. Anyway, I wanted to check. This failed too. So what is here? Yeah, we have the same problem. How is that? Because this exact thing worked before. What is our reproducer? We are doing it on a Koji task. So that couldn't change. How is that? It worked before, but it is not working now. That's really weird, right? Interesting. So this is going much slower than I expected it to be. Like I expected exposing the results would be like a 10-minute thing. We are now 45 minutes in and we basically did nothing, right? So that's unfortunate. We have a slower day today. Yeah, let's do a different Koji build then, because like what can we do? What else can we do? So if we do Koji build, I don't want any like big packages. This one should be hopefully quick to finish, and we are going to, by the way, push our changes. Yeah, this is just defining new function. It will not do any mess. That's fine. So work in progress. We'll push this, right? And we are going to try this on the different Koji build in testing farm and also in TMT locally. So hopefully this one will succeed, and hopefully we can start working or finding the results there. By the way, while this is running, we can work on our refactor. So basically, if we have fedora-review like this, we can comment it out here, right? Run the fedora-review. Let's do plan here. So here we can basically fedora review like this. We can try accept it, right? Except let's do runtime error. As exception, we can, I don't know, something, and we can finally produce the results, right? And here we can maybe just like what if we just erase? I think this is the syntax if we just want to erase the thing. I'm not sure, I don't do this often. So I think this would work, I think. So here we have some checks, then we prepare whatever we need to prepare, and then we run the fedora-review, which basically does what we did before. And then if it produced any error, we catch the error and then raise it again, but at the same time we produce the YAML. I think this is kind of this could work. Oh, by the way, this passed. Nice. So let's take a look at the output. So it's 54. Interesting. So creating a result. So we created the results YAML. Cool. Cool. But I think we will need to see the web UI from testing farm to see if like we did anything or not. This is not finished yet, so we are still waiting. What if we jump to what's here? That's the results, that's fine. Any other data? No. Okay. Yeah, so we basically need the and the result is here. So the question now is, when writing our results YAML and listing the logs, can we consider this to be a top directory? I don't think so. I think the top directory will be the data here, hopefully. If yes, then everything is fine, because we can construct this name. But if it's somewhere completely else, then we are, I think, screwed. So hopefully the top dir is this, or at least this. I don't know. We should probably be able to figure out what is the main directory, right? Or the top directory for the results. So what about our artifacts? So first of all, we have results YAML. Interesting that it cannot be. I kind of hoped Firefox or Zen would open it, but maybe there is some issue in my MIME types. This looks incorrect. There is, like, it starts with logs, but it should have name and the result, right? So this is incorrect. First of all, cannot find what that's weird. Do we have somewhere? I know there is this kind of log that we are always browsing locally. like this one, log.txt. But where it is? Where is it? Where is it? By the way, we actually got this. So this looks like reasonable, right? This looks good. Log there. Where is the log? This is too short. The empty reproducer is not useful for us. Like, why would we have to go to failures this, and why it can, like, from where? Who cannot find this, right? That's running this. Error, cannot find, so it's here. Getting spec. What the hell? I mean, it works in our local plan, right? I just don't know. I kind of cannot decide if I want to end the video right here on like a very low point, or if I want to continue. So yeah. Like, you know what? Let us at least fix whatever we have incorrect here. We are producing the results. There is something weird happening. I accidentally disabled evil mode. That was the problem. So there is the results which we produce. Wait, we produce it correctly. It just starts with logs because it somehow reordered it, but that's not a problem. We have the name here, and yeah, okay, everything is fine. We are producing the result as we wanted. That's cool. Okay, so at least that is correct. You know what? we are going to run this one in testing farm again. And we will see, because I'm really curious to see this. So we are going to run this again. Is this the same Koji ID that we used here, which worked? 1418. 1418, that's the same one. Okay. Trying again. While this is running, I'm going to pee, sorry. Okay, cool. I kind of think we have 25 minutes left. Then I'll probably have to go. Okay, so, but I don't know what we can do in that time. I don't understand why there is this, why this is failing. Okay, this succeeded again, right? It's weird that it succeeds locally but not online, not in testing farm. There is definitely some bug, because I was in a normal mode before, and when I pressed a key it still inserted it, so there is definitely some bug. In Emacs, not in our code. In our code probably too, but so review template in, running the order is weird here, but that's fine. A result should be here. We are creating the results. Yeah, everything as expected. I kind of think that TMT just doesn't consume the results, and therefore we don't see any difference made by this. But testing farm does, I think. So in the meantime, maybe we can even create the viewer HTML and put it here. So we will do logs viewer.html, right? And where does the viewer HTML live? Well, not here. Okay, that's bad. If we git grab this viewer HTML, okay, interesting. So main FMF in RPM inspect a plan. Main FMF RPM inspect plan. So this one, they are actually downloading this into TMT plan data. Okay. Plan data. So this is workdir actually. Check this out. We use this variable on some places, for example here. So what if we put something there as well? Like, what if we like, of course, we could create a function that would produce an HTML and we dump it into that path. That would work. I don't want to do that because I don't want to create the HTML from within Python. We could have a separate file that we would download into the workdir just like they do, which is annoying. Which is annoying because we would need to push all the changes and so on to see the difference. I don't want to do this. Like, the best thing would be like we could copy, right, we could copy maybe, but I don't know. Yeah, let's try to copy it from the current directory. By the way, this passed now. This passed. Okay. Let's see the artifacts. So here are stuff, not our nothing from our result YAML, right? Work there. Log.txt. If we search for result, so we are creating this results YAML. We have a review JSON. Yeah, that's fine. Was the result YAML in any way used? I don't think so, actually. Yeah, this is cool. Log there. Output data check. Yeah. Results YAML. This one is created, but how is it that it is not consumed? Weird. Anyway, can we do the last thing here and put the viewer here? We will debug this issue later, but let's try to put the viewer here. And I mean, what if we start with just borrowing this? So if we go to this is plan, okay. So if we go to main review plan and they have it in prepare, okay, prepare. So we have this in test, I think, test main review, prepare, yeah. The thing is the RPM inspect is kind of old and shouldn't be used as a template, but because they are migrating to a new way of doing things, which would be the RPM inspect and so on, but they don't render the results, I think. I don't know, or do it. I don't know. For some reason, Christian Lee pointed me to RPM inspect this time, so. But why is something starting with a slash, something not? Can we put this here exactly like they do? At least for the like reproducer. So let's commit these, push this, and run the thing again in testing farm, and let's run it again in TMT. We'll see. So hopefully this will download the RPM inspect from the viewer HTML from RPM inspect, which is of course not what we want, but it would be a good good demonstration or proof. It would be a good proof that our results YAML work correctly, because we have our results YAML produced here and we put the viewer here. So if it renders, I think we are doing at least something right. My thinking is that like there is a possibility that this YAML is rendered or produced correctly, but then testing farm goes through these and tries to copy all of these or display all of these in the UI, but maybe it knows that neither of these exist, and therefore, oh, they don't exist, so we don't display them. So, because we definitely know these paths are incorrect. So, my idea is, if we put viewer there and do that trick that we download the viewer to the actual location, then it should appear among the logs, right? And it should render. If yes, maybe we could try commenting this line out, and if it still appears and renders, then it's done by default for us, and like this results YAML has no effect on it. But if it stops displaying in the UI and rendering, then the change is definitely caused by this, which means this file has an effect. We just have incorrect paths here. So I think being able to see the viewer HTML in the testing farm UI will help us debug what is our exact problem. So I think it will be helpful after all. And this is the last test we are doing in this video. We are going to wait until this finishes, and we are going to take a look if it rendered or not. And we are going to write a to-do into our code to explain what is it that we are trying to do, and like what is supposed to be the next step once we get to this problem again. That's always a helpful trick, because you never remember where you ended up and what was supposed to be the next step in your feature, or like when working on the feature or a bug or something. And it's really annoying to recreate your previous thinking process and like figure out, oh, I was here and therefore I want to do that one, something next. I always put that into a comment into the code, so that when I open it, I see the git diff and I see the to-do there, and I know, oh, I wanted to do this exact thing next. And that helps me recreate the thinking process much faster. Anyway, I'm really curious how this will turn out. By the way, this was like overall a very unsatisfying video, at least for me, because we are working on this for over an hour and we have basically nothing. But I'm going to share this anyway, just so you can see that like it is not always so shiny and so great, and we are not always super productive and like implement a cool feature in an hour. Like sometimes it's just going through the mud and trying to like understand the problem and like hitting the head against the wall until something happens, and it didn't yet, and that's okay. Like sometimes it is like this. So if you are stuck on your project or like cannot figure something out on your own, like don't feel bad, because everybody has shitty days like this and it's normal. And yeah, like I'm certain, like 100% certain we will figure this out. Like I'm not sure if it will be on a video or if I will continue on my own in the evening, but I'm certain we will figure this out. Like this is not a rocket science. Like yeah, like maybe I will need 50 more attempts, but I will definitely fix this. Like I've done harder things. It's just a matter of time and trying and like putting the effort in. I have 5 minutes left, so please, Testing Farm, do your thing, because I need to be wrapping up. Okay, thank you, Testing Farm. So let's see the artifacts. Yeah, there is something totally wrong. Because we don't even see the viewer here, right? We don't see the viewer. So either this wasn't run, not this, I mean review plan. Yeah, so we have this prepared, right? So either this wasn't run. Can we actually find it somewhere in the log? We should be able to. Log dir output. Okay, not this one. I'm so confused by the logs of Testing Farm. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I need to wrap up. So either this wasn't run or this doesn't work. It's either of those. I will need to definitely try and see. Anyway, I will probably continue working on this on my own. I will be hitting the head against the wall alone. And once I get into a more fun state of things, where we can see things changing, then I will probably do a video where we can like finish the feature up, polish the things, so we can see the most results in the shortest amount of time. The highlight, not the highlight video, but like the best part of the work, the most fun part of the work. So yeah, I will be working on this alone, and once I have something, I will do another video and we will together finish it up. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I know this sucked a little, but at least you know it's not always sunshines and rainbows, and hopefully you will join me for the next episode of this series. See you next time. Bye bye.